dear my Japanese brothers and sisters, with my long time friend, Mongolian, inner Mongolian. She told me they're going to organize some meeting about Tibetan culture along my birthday. So, Tibetan culture. Now I realize Tibetan culture, not only one ancient culture, but also, you see, quite sophisticated culture. I noticed last now nearly 40 years meeting with different scholars and different religious leaders and also scientists. Then I noticed our knowledge, which originally come from Nalanda, and over 1,000 years we kept that knowledge. Now I realize, not only something unique, but also very relevant to today's troubled world. Trouble, mainly emotional problem. So, the modern civilization, nothing to do with inner emotion. Modern civilization mainly concerned about material value, external value. The problem comes from emotion. So we are passing through a period, some kind of emotional crisis. Therefore, every human being, every nation do not want suffering, problem. And according to scientists, basic human nature is more compassionate. However, this very moment, how many human beings suffering due to human brothers, sisters, negligence, and also worst case, human being killing another human being. Unthinkable. Scientifically, we are a social animal. So individuals' survival depend on rest of the community. So that's the basic nature. So because of that social animal nature, from childhood we have the deeper experience of loving kindness. However, modern civilization completely ignore these things, only material value. As a result, now today, we human beings, among I think a few millions of different species of mammals, birds, flies, human being is most troublesome. Why? This intelligence. Human intelligence combined with human value, human compassion, then this intelligence become constructive. This intelligence combined with anger, attachment, ultimately ignorance, and self-centered feeling, then this intelligence causing more problem. So now we have to pay more attention about our inner value. Inner value not strengthened by prayer, by wish, but use our intelligence. Those emotions are very bad, very destructive including our own health. And on the society level, some emotion very troublesome. So now they change that emotion not through prayer, not through recitation, but through thinking and clear understanding. Some of these emotions are quite destructive. Then, by nature, among the emotions, some emotions very destructive. At the same time, emotion just opposite that emotion. Now, for example, anger is destructive, compassion is constructive, opposite. So, according to my own sort of experience, due to discussion with different people, the destructive emotion, no sound basis, just emotion. Positive emotion, there is sound basis. So we can strengthen the sound, constructive emotion because there is sufficient reasons. So therefore, I think the physical health also, that no doctor give you advice you should keep more anger than your physical better. Nobody, no doctor say that. Keep rest. Rest means mind completely calm. So therefore, the Tibetan tradition, as far as psychology, ancient Indian psychology, very rich. This rich psychology tradition, knowledge, we kept intact. So now I realize the Tibetan knowledge about psychology, and also you see the dealing with psychology not by faith but through reasoning. So logical approach is very important. Now, the Nalanda tradition, we kept this is rich knowledge about human mind, human emotion, and you see dealing with this emotion through reasoning, through logical approach. You see these two things, although come from Buddhist literature, Buddhist tradition, but we can take these are academic subject for healthy mind, and through that way, healthy family, healthy society, and ultimately healthy minded human being. So therefore, you are showing interest about this Tibetan culture. This I really feel. And until 20th century, Tibetan culture is rest in Himalayan mountain. Now, 21st century, I think that in cold climate remain very fresh. Now that must utilize humanity. Firstly, like Japanese, traditionally or historically, we are Buddhist country. And recent my visit Japan, so I appeal Japanese Buddhist also the abbots. This study is very important. Then some Japanese abbots used to promise me they will going to have some sort of class discussion about Buddha's teaching. So that hopefully is to carry, and more, the Buddhist faith. I'm Buddhist. I never say Buddhism is best. Like medicine, you can't say one medicine, pick up, this is best medicine. You can't say. According the patient's condition, then to some patients, certain medicine is best, more suitable. Similarly, human being, 7 billion human beings, different mental disposition. So, different philosophical views are more useful. However, among these different religious traditions, Buddhism, which come from Nalanda, which Pali tradition and Sanskrit tradition, Japanese follow Sanskrit tradition. You always, recite Hangya Shingyu. So, you say, Tayada, Gade, Gade, Para, Gade, Para, Samgade, Buddhi, so. So that we are sort of same tradition. So here, you see, a lot of material, how to train our mind, not through faith, but through reasoning. So, therefore, I notice, you see, Nalanda tradition, Buddhism, can go with modern science side by side, mutual learning, mutual helping. So I think that's quite, although I never say Buddhism is best, but in this respect, the number of scientists now really showing interest about Buddhist psychology, Buddhist philosophy, these things. So therefore, in modern time and now 21st century, I think Buddhism, particularly Nalanda tradition, you see, it can have some opportunity to serve humanity, irrespective whether believer or non-believer, whether Buddhist or non-Buddhist, simply training our mind, our emotion, like that. So I very much appreciate my friend, Kasa Gon Ming Kasa, Sunam, Sunam Drama. One Mongolian and from Inner Mongolia. So I have some special connection, Inner Mongolian. When I study this Buddhist text, complicated text, philosophy, so main teacher was Inner Mongolian, Genmutu Tsoni. So I have some special connection. Then 1954, when I was in Peking, thousands of Inner Mongolian come. And they usually brought some cheese, some frankly speaking, some yak meat. Thank you. I very much appreciate your effort to organize this meeting.
Me to che rong se la te yo